Come on, let's kill something now.
Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm. And when last we left off, we walked around Trademeet, saw the sights, and did a bit of buying and selling. After a brief conversation where we said no to helping someone out because they couldn't offer us a reward, and then turned away Rasard because we're really not interested in what he's up to, we're just walking by all of these market stalls, but we've stopped right in front of a battle of philosophy. Forget fighting Rakshasas and Shadow Druids, philosophy combat is where it's at! We need to be a bit closer to instigate this dialogue though, so let's move a little bit closer.
I am telling you, my brother, the correct way to approach life is to accept its travails. One must bend as the willow and see the obstacles that the gods place in front of you as challenges to be overcome.
An interesting philosophy. What do you have to counter with, other philosopher?
Don't be moronic. You must struggle. Through struggle we grow stronger. Only the strong survive. And I am not your brother.
An interesting counterpoint. What's your rebuttal? Strength comes through wisdom and pliance. One must be flexible to accept the things that come. Struggle only brings futility, my son. Struggle and adversity bring strength, not futility. War and violence weed out the weak and unhealthy, strengthening all, and I'm not your son. War and violence are the recourse of the weak-minded, my friend. When they occur, it is as a result of failure, rather than success. Bah, let me show you what comes out of that philosophy, friend. Huntley? Yeah, boss? Show him what becomes of his philosophy. Right, boss. I hope you know I'm only being proven correct here. And combat happens! Huntley is going to attack here, and that's it. Well, now I suppose you were right after all. Dead right, ha-ha! But I get the last word. Come, Huntley, let's go. Indeed, to survive is all that matters in the end. What good are such ideals if they do not serve you or make you stronger? And off they go! And off that philosopher goes in various directions. Let's talk to Wallace, shall we?
I need a swig of some strong dwarven ale.
Hello, friend. Would you care to see my wares? I would like to see what you have for sale. You have various potions. There's an emerald there. There's another scroll case available. We could do with buying that. You know what else we could do with buying? A wooden stake or two. I feel like they might be important. As for everything else, there's an emerald here should we need it. We don't need it right now. Let's keep looking around. There is a merchant here we can say hello to, and a small boy. Let's talk to the merchant. Greetings. The hero of our town in my very own shop. I'm pleased to see you and offer you my own personal thanks for what you've done for us. Could I see your services, please? You certainly may. Now that we've the caravans coming into town once again, Trademeet is once again an appropriate name for our town. You sell a few interesting things. You have a battle axe +1, a morning star +1, a flail +2, black blood +3. A club. This oak club is coated with darkened, dried globs of a tar-like substance. During battle, this substance glows black with an inner light and becomes thick and fluid. When the club strikes an opponent, it delivers additional acid damage from a liquid splashing over the victim. It can't be used by a mage. That's the only class that can't use this pretty decent weapon. The Dwarven Thrower +3 is much like the axe that Korgan has, except it's a hammer, and it's +3. Pretty good. We have, Tangeron's bow +3. The thin, frayed string of this bow appears unusable, but when it is drawn, a solid but invisible arrow becomes tangible. The Lich Tangeron gave this bow to his watcher, the guardian of his keep, who stood atop a tower with neither entrance nor exit. When anyone approached, down would fall a never-ending rain of phantom arrows until they were dead or fled. How this bow was wrested from the Watcher's hand is not known, but would probably make a great tavern story. Note, avoid equipping normal arrows on your character, else the bow will fire these instead of phantom arrows. When no arrows are equipped, the bow fires missiles that are treated as +3 for the purpose of determining what enemies they can damage. The missiles receive +3 to hit, including the bonus listed below, and deal a total of 1d6 missile damage. It is a pretty decent short bow, because it has unlimited ammunition. There's also a dagger +2 there, the martial staff +3, which is a pretty nice weapon, the staff of striking +3, which deals 1d6 +9 points of damage. That's pretty nice. There's a long sword there, Wakizashi. There's Ras, the dancing blade +2, which can attack on its own for 4 rounds. Barov was a barbarian who travelled from the cold north in search of adventure. He sought treasures and glory, but soon all he wanted were companions to share in the excitement of battle, much like those he had left behind in his faraway village. Unfortunately, his coarse remarks and rudimentary hygiene repelled most travellers he met, until he expressed his thoughts to a sympathetic mage. The mage, for a price, constructed Ras, the dancing blade. Though not quite what Barov had in mind, he was thrilled nonetheless and wielded the sword for many years. How they were ultimately separated is not known. We also have some magical two-handed swords, a bit of ammunition, plate mail +1, and the Cloak of Displacement. +4 versus missile attacks, and lots of bonuses to saves. The Cloak of Displacement is a magical item that causes subtle shifts in the image of its wearer. It has the power to actually shift an individual's image by as much as 6 inches in any direction from their actual location. Aside from being an effective defense in combat situations, it has also been the cause of serious eye strain amongst fellow party members. It's a pretty good thing, and the Belt of Inertial Barrier is also really good. When worn, this belt creates a dense curtain of air around the wearer. This curtain or barrier provides superior protection against breath attacks as well as magic. By the scorch marks on the warm leather, it is obvious that this belt has been worn against at least one dragon. Save versus breath +5, resistance to missile damage 25%, resistance to magic damage 50%. We're buying this item. This item is going to be useful. And we're going to equip that pretty much right now. There we go.
Yes.
Marvellous. And now we can barely see Terry. It's a really useful item though. So let's move forward and see if there's anybody else that will sell us things. No one here, but there is somebody here. And someone here. There are loads of people here. Let's talk to them.
Good day to you.
Oi there, my lady. You're all adventurers, aren't you? My name's Jadek, and I intend to be a great warrior adventurer, just as soon as my parents let me leave. We might want to talk to his parents.
Well met and welcome.
I greet you strangers on behalf of my family and in accordance with Rom tradition. I'm Kaveroslava, the mother of this family and its heart. If you wish, I can tell you something of your place in the future. A mere 10 gold pieces should you desire the benefit of my gift of insight, good woman. I have no interest in foolishness or parlour tricks. Restrict your suffrage to those who are gullible, woman. It is no trick, and you are very insulting in your tone. I do not deserve such an attitude, stranger. If you cannot be civil, then be gone. We have no interest in having our palm read. No, we could talk to you and see if we can get him permission so we can leave.
Be merry, friend.
Greetings to you, good woman. You're welcome amongst our family of Rom, and I offer you whatever hospitality I may. My name is Mastav. Perhaps you wish to have your fortune told by my wife, yes? No. We may have to leave you to it. Unless we go into this tent and talk to whoever is responsible for giving you permission. We'll pop in briefly and then we'll leave. There we go. As soon as we shuffle to the right position, there we go. We will talk to Wilfred the Red.
Good day to you.
Oh, friend, welcome to my tent of pleasure. Ha ha. I've been here for over a week myself, and I can tell you that the prices are well worth it. Who are you? My name is Wilfred. Wilfred the Red of Luskan, although I'm sure you've probably heard of me. Adventurer extraordinaire and currently living off the excesses of my most recent plunder. It's quite a story, a tale for the ages, you might say. You wouldn't happen to be a bard, would you? Well, I'd be happy to regale you with the story anyway, if you're willing. I'm listening. Great. So anyway, there I was travelling through Patrol Hills, right? I come across this large cavern, warm steam coming out of it and a foreboding smell of brimstone and such. A dragon, I think to myself, and being Wilfred the Red, the great adventurer, I walk in and challenge the dread beast. 30 feet high he was, with a wingspan easily 3 times that, red as blood and eviler than a cockatrice in myrtle. I slew the beast naturally after a valiant struggle. A few minor scorch marks were all I suffered for felling the beast, and its hoard was mine, more gold than you could possibly imagine. Too bad I was by myself at the time. I could only gather as much gold as I could carry. Still, it was enough to make me plenty wealthy. Plus, it was a good deed, which is my forte. We could try and rob him. We could. But I don't think that's really our type of thing. We'll just say that it's very impressive. That's very impressive. I know, isn't it? But don't take my word about this place. Talk to Mistress Jean and experience it for yourself. This is the place to be if you've got coin to spare. Well, I've got to go. And off he goes. We could have fought him. It might have been worth it for the loot. But we're not going to. Instead, we're going to head to where we need to go. The Umar Hills. Over here. 8 hours travel. Will we get into combat on the way? No. But there is a scene going on here. Let's see what's happening, shall we?
Oi, Mayor, when is this crisis going to be solved, eh?
Oh, looks like we've arrived in the middle of a dispute.
Aye, me and mine need to get back to herding, we do, for the wolves have gobbled me flock entire.
Doesn't sound like things are going well.
Calm down, everyone, please. I assure you that everything that can be done is being done.
And what is that? Aye, you just hired a group of those adventurers, didn't you? Where in the abyss are they? Well, they haven't come back yet. No. Oh, we're doomed! Doomed! We must flee the village! We must flee before more people go missing. Now, people, come, this is no time to panic. Please, listen to my husband. Yes, well, we are looking for another group of adventurers here to handle the situation. To kill them ogres and evil kin, you mean? Yes, ever since that band of monsters moved into the area, we've had nothing but trouble. They're eating people, that's what. You're both daft. 'Tis the wolves that have been wandering the hills, sure enough. Hungry they is. It's not wolves, you fool, it's Umar herself, returned to haunt us and steal our children. Umar? Don't be telling that folk tale now. Can't you see that it's the ogres, plain as the truth? People, please. We must first find out what happened to our ranger, Merila, and then track down the source of these murders. More adventurers will come soon. Well, they can't come soon enough. You best be doing something, Mayor, or we need to be fleeing to the city for our safety. I am trying to do something. Everyone remain calm. Panic will not help. I'm going to return to my home now. Everyone, go home. Please.
I'm waiting.
And off everyone goes.
What would you have me do?
Your father was the Lord of Murder, was he not? Baal was the god of murder, yes. How do you intend to carry out his legacy? I am his legacy, and I will do what I please. Baal was a powerful god. You would be a fool not to embrace his power as your own. That is an interesting selection of options I have here. And what if I'm content without the power of a deranged god? Then you are a foolish human. Many would kill for a taste of the power that is your birthright. Remember that. Sarevok certainly was prepared to kill for it.
Very well.
Perhaps over time our opinion may change. Hello, Nellick.
I have nothing you wish.
Eh? What is it you want, stranger? Who are you? I be Nellick, one of the Imsvale guards is all. Wish I could go and do more against them wolves, but I can't leave the village alone, true enough. What exactly is going on here? I'll tell you what's going on, milady. The wolves that have been in the hills these past years are coming at us, they are. Also, you're sort of blurry. Yes, that's the magic cloak I'm wearing. Could you take that off? No. For weeks now they've been preying on us, sneaking into the village at night and tearing people apart. Then their bodies disappear the next night. 'Tis a gruesome sight to be sure. I've seen 'em too. Them wolves look at me from afar with smarts in their eyes. 'Tis the truth. The rest of the village is full of fools, them ogres. I've seen 'em, and they ain't so bad, and the Umar stuff is nothing but a load of nonsense. What do you know about the ogres? They used to belong to that big rebel army down the south of Arm. Deserters, likely. Seen 'em on my patrols. Don't look like they're up to anything. Led by a big ogre fellow, Madolf, I think. Wants to be left alone. Fact that he'd talk first rather than kill you makes 'em not the worst sort in my books. Has nothing been done to hunt these wolves? Bloody mare hired a halfling runt and her troop to find out what's been happening. They haven't come back. Wolves ripped 'em apart is my guess. Why would wolves come back to take away bodies a day later? Don't rightly know. Ain't nothing natural, that's for sure. They just seem to up and vanish as far as I can tell. What's this about Umar? Just a load of bull is all. You wants to know about Umar? Go talk to Vicenzo at the inn. He loves to talk out of his arse, he does. I'll be going then. On your way then, stranger. We don't need any more trouble here, that's for certain. We need to find the mayor, I think. We need to have a conversation with him. This place seems pretty peaceful and calm for the most part. There is you. And over here is the Umar Inn. Now that might not be where you call home, Mr. Mayor. We do need to find your home. Is this your home, Mr. Mayor? Let's check. This is Minister Lloyd's home. Ah, this might be where we want to inquire as to getting some work. Let's see about having a conversation, shall we? If we can get through a door. There is Minister Lloyd, and I think Dawn is going to have a conversation with him.
Very well.
Hello. I don't recognise you. You must be new to Imnisvale. Is there something I can help you with?
I saw your speech outside of the village. You in need of an adventurer? Yes, we are. Blessed Lathander has delivered us. Oh, my lord, you have no idea of the dire straits my little village is in. Will you help us, then? Perhaps, if there's a reward involved. We need to gather coin to rescue a friend, imprisoned by the cowled wizards. Well, my village is in dire need, I'll tell you what. If you end the murders, I'll give you the armour that belonged to our first Ranger Protector. That was my ancestor, and I've kept it. I'm told it's wrapped up with strong protective magics. I'd be happy to offer it, and some gold to save my village. I want payment in advance. You want help. Give me some gold up front, or I leave. This is a selfish way of doing business. I suppose things are done differently in the city. Very well. I'm authorized to offer you 300 gold coins in advance. What an insult! I am a highly regarded adventurer. I should hardly be expected to wallow about in the countryside filth for a mere 300 gold. You tempt me to commit bloody murder. Well, I never. This sort of bluster is not welcome here. If you don't like the pay, don't take the job. Come back when you've found a bit of civility. Let us be away from here, then. I've an itch for killing, and it seems to me some snot-nosed mare'd be a good place to start. So we can't really do anything quest-wise here if we demand lots and lots of money. Let's instead look for Valygar. It's a good idea to have Dawn to approach that conversation, though, just in case. There is Dar. There are lots of people here we can talk to, and we'll be back to talk to them. Also, there are some people here.
Wow, an adventurer.
Ma'am? My name is Dirbert, and me and my friends here want to be adventurers like you. Real, strong and powerful like. Yeah, I wants to be a ranger and protect the village. I want to be a great warrior like me dad. I knows we can, but everyone says we're all too young and all. Bull, that's what I says to that. Since you're already an adventurer and all, ma'am, I was hoping you might maybe buy some swords for us. Some bastard swords. And some ale, Dirbert. Don't forget the ale. Yeah, we wants to be real men. Swords and some ale then. If we give you the money, ma'am, would you buy us some? We can get these people into a lot of trouble if we give them the swords and the ale. If we give these things to them, it's not going to end well. We don't have time to deal with you lot. So we're going to turn them away. Forget it, boys. I've got better things to do. Oh, please. Please, pretty please. Yeah, please. Couldn't you please, ma'am? I said no, and I meant it. You're so mean. Yeah, this bites. I want to be an adventurer. If you give them the stuff, they go off to fight someone,
If you say so.
and then they die. Some of them do. But it's not good. None of it is good. And when we come back, folks, we're going to explore the Umar Hills. There is quite a lot to explore. We've only just begun here, and we'll probably want to go back to Minister Lloyd's house at some point to go and take up that quest again, and maybe be a little bit nicer about it. Maybe. Perhaps we'll get Terry to speak instead. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.